Who put this country in this crisis? Who put this country in this crisis? You could fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. VIP stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then NDP stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then all they do, they everybody. Nobody want to take the blame for them. I say man, they pointing finger. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing finger. Number one stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then number two stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then all they do they pointing finger. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing finger. I say man, they pointing finger. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. Number three stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then number four stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then who all they do they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. Number five stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then number six stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then all they do they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. Number seven stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then number eight stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then all they do they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. Number nine stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you. Then they me. It got to be you. They me. It got to be you. All they do they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame for them. Pointing fingers. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. This time, get rid of the cookie monster. 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 Who put this country in this crisis? Who put this country in this crisis? The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar. If you want the country to prosper, you handle the cookie jar.
it is that who you're voting, fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about. Just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no show them no mercy. Put them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power, terminate their reign. Let's put our country together again.
Get ready for the onslaught. You mad? You think they get away? I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independence show. They say me and Usman Kelly singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I won't let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look back to all my independence songs. I never sing politics, always write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get this stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my Kenny gang I mistake them to rap with young song. I'm in Tory long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final. That will never stop me at all. I'm in Tory long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man. So they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the ground. Up the Paris set. So they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good. We can need that yellow food. Hey! Wow to them. It was disrespectful. What a label man. I'm a real bad man. It's all the show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I ask him for my money.
And contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visual, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points.
Stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid.
My name is Sheldon Scott, and I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 20 minutes after the hour of 8. The final day of Intercall 2026. That's how this day will be described, yeah? The 19th day of the month of, I nearly said the month of April, no? Bonjour. Yeah, the month of March. It's been a kind of day for me. You all will excuse me.
Progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it.
It's been one hell of a month, yeah?
Don't stop it. 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 Don't stop it.
I nearly didn't even come on tonight, you know, but I had to come on, yeah?
Progress. Don't stop the progress.
Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook, all of you joining us via We Noise TV.
Don't stop it.
You say good night to the geezer. Good night to Mr. Handsome. Mommy George, good night to you. Camille Teresa Scott, good night to you, my dear.
Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress.
And folks, let me just give you all some reminders.
Don't stop it. Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
Yeah, I feel we have to go back with the song a little bit for me to get this one, you know. You understand, yeah?
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong.
So folks, remember the new National Party, St. George Northeast, they have that activity coming up. That's Mr. Nimrod Oliver and his team. They're inviting the constituency to a family fun day. That's taking place Easter Sunday, April 5th. Come on out and enjoy a day of fun, laughter, and togetherness, yeah? So they're going to be having various activities taking place, yeah? So they're going to have cricket, football, tug of war, bouncing castles, dominoes, yeah? All food is free. I shall repeat, for those who did not hear the first time, all food is free. And they have a free food, but the bar is fully stocked. You go buy your drinks and things. Nice. Music, games, entertainment for the whole day. Yes, some artists will be passing through and that sort of thing. And it starts from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. Bring the entire family and come on out and enjoy a day of fun, food, and community spirit. So that's Mr. Nimrod Olive there. He and his team, they invite everyone, the constituency. And I know some people from outside the constituency coming too, you know. Yeah, man, because they have cricket, they have football, they have tug of war, they have bouncing castle for the children, they have dominoes and so on. Don't feel the children can play dominoes too, you know, so them could play it too. Yeah, and again, all food is free. You buy your drinks, but all food is free. So you're getting food, but you just buy a little something to wash it down and so on. You understand how the thing go? Nimrod Olivier, good night, bro. So that you're wondering where I get this thing from. Don't worry, man. You know your boy. Absolute Basketball in collaboration with Mr. Christopher Diali Jr. They've got the Road to Glory. That's the 3-on-3 basketball competition taking place this Saturday and Sunday at the Grand Dance Hard Court, starting each day at 6:30 p.m. Prizes over $8,500 in cash and prizes to be won. Yes, so you can head on out there, contact Gary Chance at 421-0128 or 449-0128. All right? So you can call him on 421-0128 or 449-0128. That's Gary Chance. That's the Road to Glory. Yeah, that competition is taking place out there in Grand Anse. So we look forward to that one. Yeah? Nice, yeah.
Don't stop it. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. Don't stop it.
I think you've gotten the information on the others, yeah?
Don't stop it. 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 The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house.
You know, I have a song I had to play, you know, outside of that, I have a song I had to play. You know. The last day of intercall, so I have a song I had to play. You know.
And the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid.
You understand? No boss a song on the final day of intercall and thing. You understand? No boss a big tune. Oh, sorry. Wrong tune. Nice.
Pants up, Blue Nation, let we jump up. Ready up. We come to put in work. Let we go. We don't come to play. Now is the time. Today is the day of pain. Tell them we come in again. We don't scared of nothing. We giving them 10 notes at them. Let me go.
Saskati.
Formula.
Saskati.
Formula.
Saskati.
Formula.
Speech rector.
Stamina.
Saskati.
Formula.
Saskati.
Formula.
Saskati.
Formula.
We say congratulations to the champions of Intercall 2026, yeah?
Tell we nothing if it is.
St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School,
We mean business.
winning both the boys and girls divisions.
Is the braving. Hey. Blue is the code. Spread the word. We are
Yeah, well, you can't expect me to play other people tune. These people is the ones that win. Understand what's going on here?
We go in telescope. You're mad. We go in telescope. We go in. Intercal, come back again. Hey, SAS no come, this year to play. You go see the monk tableaus feeling. Go give cash. When the trophy go up country, wonder what they go say. GBS is getting lash. The trophy go in telescope. Up in telescope. This chamber here card. The trophy go in telescope. Up in telescope. Who winning the javelin? Watch out the drama start. The commentators go ball. When the secret stuff take off, I give in a warning. Look what how's the morning. We coming on to take off. But you know boy they van on. Whole year they boasting and they full of chat. But last year they put us flat. And we can make a comeback. I hope this year they could back up that attack. Cause now it's us cutting GBSS as they get in us. Little boy, how we looking?
Oh, do them thing, Brad, in it, sauce on gas. He said, this is the best side. Come into my shop downside. I'm Mr. Steam outside. Up with a bad mind. Sasso, what? Up in telescope. What?
You understand? You had to show respect to the champions, yeah?
What? Up in telescope. You know, Sass, we winning. Coming to Thursday evening, Maga got to know them kidding. BBC don't get it, nothing. It's a green, it's for tongue. Everybody got a young. It and slam on the ground, and the music going down. Sasso, what? Up in telescope. What? Sasso, what? Up in telescope. Fire you, panta you, cook them like green. CVS says no bad cause they
Can't take the call yet, my dear.
light them up, they stack to duck. True, for any DJ.
Take it in a few.
Telescope, mash him up like thunderstruck. Sasso, what? Up in telescope. What? Sasso, what?
Yes, indeed. You gotta get the youths and them the time, you understand? Yeah.
Okay up.
We can't take the call right now.
What? Tell them we come for what? We come for what? Cash losing fluid, I feel them getting gas. Pass the batter to 12 and I know them getting gas. That say was a fluke, but now we coming harder. Put them in it.
Yeah, we can't take the call. Hold the call.
Take you back on what they feelings, take you back on what they.
Let's ask get the time.
They feelings, take you back on what they. Beat up, tell me beat it. Beat up. Hey, so what you gonna do? Tell them you lose a shoot. When SARS coming through, we coming with me crew. Tell them we with it, tell them what.
We getting SARS one more.
SARS brawling, you know. Brawling till the morning, you know. Fully blue, all you know the code. Big up Kevin one time. Serisa, Roy, TK. Cause we don't play. You want to play a bad boy, move out of the way. We don't play. GBS says we need nothing today. We don't play. One thing I know for sure, seven.
Alright, enough of that. Enough. Listen, as I say, I have no horse in this race. I have got no horse in this. Caller, you can call now. Yeah, I've got no horse in this race. Nice. Yeah, let me go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Yeah, me and Teresa Scott. How are you doing?
Yes. And good night to the Grenadian people, woman and brother. Congratulations to all the schools, to SAS, GBSS, Boca. Congratulations.
Every school.
Every school. McDonald College. Everybody, congratulations. One had to win.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Yeah.
And we saw some wonderful performances from some of the schools, huh?
Yes, Boca.
Boca,
Boca.
St. John's Christian Grenada,
Children, Boca children, they put up a fight.
Yeah. Even
and then the young lady in Carriacou.
Petit Martinique in specific. The young
yes,
lady
Petit Martinique, yes. So congratulations to her. And all the students. Y'all, thank you. I feel happy for them.
Yeah, yes indeed.
Excuse me. Anyhow, I want to say good night to my Talking Point family. Somebody asking if you are Talking Point Josie already passed by me and ask.
Oh,
so I don't know if you have.
I could organize for them. Yes, we will link up.
Well, yeah, you must get that tool and we hang it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to thank the NNP party because when I cut a bunch of blood, Dr. Mitchell, good night, sir. Good night, wherever you is. When I cut a bunch of blood by my house and I go in Tongue Shell and Scott, I could buy a pound of fish. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you, sir. You give me that house but with love. Yes. And I don't want to dead and I ain't say that. You give me there with love. And anything I put down on the ground there, if you're in. I just want to let the neighbors know, do not let go all your sheep and goat to eat me piece of potato and plant. I'm begging. Yeah. And Sheldon,
Yes, ma'am.
you take care and good night to all my friends. Always listening. I saying good night to all them. All the people that don't want their name called, good night. Y'all know what it is.
Yes.
Good night to everybody. All the listeners. And let me tell all you something. We have to pray, you know. We have to pray. Because Sheldon, I see you put up, you talk about something there with America, with visa. Where for people getting that kind of money?
Yeah, it's up to
Where for people
40,000
getting that kind of money?
40,000
That is a money making thing, boy. What? America is a money because you know, when you go in Barbados to get that visa and you don't get it, you lose that money then.
No, you get if you are refused, you get back the money. They would tell you when you go,
get it back.
you get it back, yeah. And even if you're made to pay it and you get through, and you go to the United States, once you go to the United States, you don't overstay your time, and you don't commit any crime, anything when you're over there. When you come back, you get back the money.
I stay in Grenada, thank God. I stay in Grenada.
Because there are different ways they can take it back. They can keep the money. For instance, if you go up and you commit a crime or so, they take it back.
Sheldon, I go get all the nice clothes from America. I go stay in Grenada and sell me blog and thing. And I will send the money and buy me bad sneakers and buy me clocks and buy me nice dress to go to church. I go stay home. Home sweet home. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't have that kind of money. I'm struggling. And what I'm going to do in America now at my age, I can't walk again. If I go to America right now, I have to stay inside, you know. That's good for young people, not me. Yeah, I go stay and drink me coconut water here and eat me fish. Right now, tonight, I eating a little fish, Bob. Good night, Grenada. Everybody home and abroad. Have a blessed night. And let's pray. Let us pray for that little rock. That little rock. Mr. Watts, good night. You and your wife. And good night to Patricia Arthur Campbell. Also to Matthew.
Patricia. Oh, Patricia. I forget Patty's name last night, you know. All I remember is Matthew last night. I remember in Patty, you know.
Patricia Arthur Campbell. Yes.
Patty go deal with me. Oh,
Patty, good night. I didn't go fish rock. Yes.
Patty,
all right.
Call me after Patty and I'll go explain to you why I'm forgetting things right now. Oh gosh.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Sheldon.
You have a good one.
Have a good night. Continue doing the good work, son.
All right, my love.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Love
yes, indeed. Love you too. Yes,
bye-bye.
Indeed. Yes, indeed, folks. Cami. Yes, Cami was in the house. And there's one more thing I have to remind you all of. You know, on Sunday, remember the NNP Youth Arm, they're having that Thanksgiving service at 10 a.m. taking place at Agape Ministries at River Road, St. George. And they're asking you to come out and worship with us. All right, so that's the New National Party Youth Arm. They're having that Thanksgiving service out there at Agape Ministries in River Road starting at 10 a.m. So you could probably contact the Secretariat for more information regarding that activity, yeah? Because some people may want to come. You may want to know if it have anything leaving from your area to go and so on. Good night to you, brother Adrian Watts. I see you there. Yes, he has made his donation $4. Yeah, man, he make a donation there. Lovely. Thank you so very much, sir. Let me see if others go make it, they go join in tonight. Or if it go be Mr. Watts alone on the live, donating on the live itself, or let's see if others will be joining him tonight. Because I find some nights, most nights we end up being here alone, and now we ain't having that. Yeah? Want to see somebody else join the man tonight. Nice, beautiful. Yes, indeed, folks. So, as you know, the phone lines are open, and again, we want to congratulate all of the teams, but in specific, the St. Andrew Anglican Secondary School for winning in both the boys and girls division. But for all the other schools, and not just the schools, but the individual athletes. There are schools that may have had teams that didn't even register a point. I think Beacon may not have registered a point, but they had 5 athletes out there. And the mere fact that they were able to field a team to have athletes participating in Intercall is worthy of note. So we must congratulate them as well. They could have said, no, we ain't taking part and just stay out. But they still fielded a team in Intercall, and that is worthy of note. All is more like the St. George's Institute There's that school in Pearls as well. Oh boy, the Grenada Christian Academy. Yeah, all of these schools, we just want to congratulate every McDonald's College, Bishop's College, Hillsborough Secondary, Wesley College, the West, yeah. There's the St. David School, oh my goodness. Yeah, Wester Hall Secondary. All the schools, we just want to congratulate each and every one of you. All right? Nice, beautiful. So I hope everything is going all well and okay with you all tonight. I hope the children are already back at home. Yeah, I hope they're home already. Nice, beautiful.
There we go.
It is now 8:38. Do you know where your children are? They are children. They have to be home by a specific time. Intercall or no intercall. They have to be home by a certain time, yeah? And I hope it isn't a situation that you left it up to them to see how they reach home, or that you've organized so that you know how they're reaching home. So 10 and 11 and 12 o'clock tonight, you don't have to be calling the police to say, I haven't seen my daughter yet, or I haven't seen my son yet. You have to put your things in place. I'm picking you up by keep left. I come in so and so for you. Keep your phone on you. In case your phone go dead, meet me by this place at this time. Yeah?
I go fix up all those high prices that most Grenadians can't afford. Instead of demolishing those.
And see how Emlyn Pierre built stadium looking nice.
Leave them ballin', leave them
Oh, the Dr. Keith Mitchell Stadium complex looking nice. So let's see.
the seeds of the blows. Grenadians ballin', with them out close.
Yes, the same Emlyn Pierre went and said, Shida bill it. Yeah? Or you can't take that away from her though. Shida bill it. When all you is saying that he can't bill and no money there for it, she come in and she bill it in record time, under 3 years, totally built, yeah? Because they level out, we had intercall up in Telescope, not Telescope Paradise, yeah? We had it up there, and then come down, you understand, yeah?
Transformation in we mass. The people balling anyway you pass.
Remember them, hey, there's no money to build the stadium, and the stadium can't say it had money to build the stadium. We came in and we get the money, we get the stadium. Yeah?
Okay, if the bones are to it grass. Transformation in we mass.
So let me also say congratulations to you, political leader of the New National Party, the Honorable Emlyn Pierre, for ensuring that that facility was built in record time, so that now we could be speaking about Carifta. Now we can be speaking about Carifta. Now we can be speaking about seeing intercall. And I want to congratulate the team at T&R Communications for the wonderful broadcast that they did.
Tell me how they
My own issues with some of the commentary. My issues. I ain't going on. I'll talk. I know them guys. I'll talk to them myself, yeah?
I just say yes, I love the progressive sciences hotel making last suggest. But then I remember John Thomas was the one who led the protest.
Oh, yes, he did.
Now we rubbing up the same white boys like a bed bug in the night. Just remember the local workers and make sure that you treat them right. Don't leave them balling, leave them out close. Oh God,
And once again, good night to all of you joining us on the YouTube, all of you on the Facebook.
Canadians balling.
Again, 8:41. Do you know where your children are? We have a call online. Hello, good night.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
go ahead.
glad you could tell them who built that stadium.
Yes.
Because a lot of them take them out and say, Keith Mitchell didn't do nothing in Grenada.
But
I want to leave in town when I'm going home.
I was in the ministry when that stadium was being built too. I
Well,
was a
yes,
junior
thank
Emlyn
God.
Pierre.
Thank God. When I leave town and I'm going home, I go up early this evening. The place ram. Take about Dr. Mitchell. Take about Miss Pierre.
Yes, same Emlyn Pierre. She
Where
was the
are
one
my
that did
people?
it.
And let me tell you something, me go. I have local cornflour. Anybody listening and they want local cornflour. Thank God for the NNP government that built that stadium. Thank God. And the Chinese. So you have to shut all your mouth. Give him what due to him. Give the NNP what due to them. Sheldon, continue. Continue giving them some fire for me. Good night.
All right, Gary. You have
And
a
I,
good one.
Local corn flour.
Local corn
Anybody you
flour.
want and cocoa balls.
All right, my
Bye.
dear.
I won't call back, but I had to call to say that.
There's nothing wrong if you call a little later. All right. All right, Cammy, no problem. Yes, indeed, folks. So Cammy has local corn flour. You can give her a call. She has local corn flour. You can give her a call. Nice, beautiful. And the phone lines are open, folks. You can call.
Why the hell food prices gone up so fast? Transformation in we mass.
Yes, Honorable Emlyn Pierre. She that build it. You understand? Yeah, they can't. Yeah. These were the people that was telling you, oh, it can't. They can't build it and they ain't seen funding for it, and they was making all kind of excuses. All sorts of excuses were being made. Meanwhile, while they were making excuses, the NNP came in and got the job done in record time. And if today was anything, and yesterday and day before, if there were anything to go by, you understand what's taking place. We looking good, heading to the Olympics and so on. We looking good. Yeah? We looking real good. Once what needs to be done is done with those young people that we have there, we looking good heading to Olympics and so on. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, good night, good night.
Hey, good night, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
right.
The stadium, the athletic stadium, it will be having 10 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the cricket stadium will have in 20 years next year. So we should big up Dr. Keith for his good work.
Yes, indeed. All right. Yes,
Okay.
indeed, my brother.
I say yes, I love the progressive sciences hotel making lots of jest. But then I remember John Thomas was the one who led the protest. But now we rubbing up the same white boys like I bet.
Yeah, all of them could go and jump up in the stadium. Say thanks. Say thanks. You understand what's taking place there? See what's behind? Yeah, that was the ceremony for the restoration and reconstruction of the Grenada National Stadium. See who exchanging the documentation there? None of them was involved in them thing back in them days. Jumping up in stadium, all you feel like, all you know, I just hold my files, you know. Yeah, I just hold my files by. Yeah. Them documents you see I holding in my hand there, I getting there. Yeah, and Honorable Emlyn Pierre sent me to do it, Yeah, she could have come down and do it, you know. She said, nah, Sheldon, you go and deal with that part, man. Yeah, and you see this nice lady there that was handing over the documents? Yeah, man, day and night. She and Honorable Emlyn Pierre and a lovely lady by the name of Mrs. Vida Victor Bruno. They take day and make night to make sure they get that stadium ready in a reasonable period of time. They take day and make night to get the stadium ready, yeah? Nice, yeah. Say thanks, all you. Yeah, all you talking and taking and all kind of thing. Yeah? I see all you invite all. I'm sure it had members of the opposition inside there. Look at that invite to at least come and hand out one of the trophy at the end. Or you invite other people from the Senate, all kind of thing. But that tells me something, you know. That's telling me something there. Because I remember certain things that happened before. But anyway, I go leave that alone for now. But I see the play. I see the play. You know, some of them, the French people that say, s'il vous plaît. I see the play. So I understand what you're coming with there. I see somebody keep calling me. You can't call me on video, you know, you have to call me on audio. Yeah. If you call me on video, it wouldn't work. So you've got to call me on audio on that system there. Yeah. You've got to call me on audio. Right? So 1473-440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get us on the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, you can't call me video, you have to call me audio, my dear. Nice, yeah. Give me a call, audio. Nice, and we go be nice and okay there. Nice, good, yeah.
Transformation in we mass. You don't care if people answer to with grass. Transformation.
Let me say good night to all the folks I met today, either in town or in the mall and so on, different places I met today that stopped me and continue to give that encouragement. Sheldon, continue. Sheldon, deal with them. You go in the pharmacy, people meeting you. Sheldon, continue. Sheldon, go ahead. Sheldon, you're doing a good job. Just want to say good night and thank you to each and every one of you that continue to give the encouragement. It means a lot. I don't know how much it means to me. It means a lot to me.
The closest neighbor stop tell me how.
My chest does feel full.
All because of politics. Politics.
also have to ask ourselves one of these questions, So we see the young folks went out there today. Is that the end of the road for them? And that, are we just going to jump up in a couple weeks when it's time for the Carifta games and then we forget these young people until they do something fantastic outside of Grenada, or until it's time for Intercolor and Sports next year again? Or are we going to start identifying the Cachets and the Ian Georges and all of these people, the Annalisas and all of them? Are we going to identify them and start to give them guidance? Because I have seen, and it really hurts me when I see this, I've seen some athletes that they were the ones that brought their school to victory. They are the ones that had people calling the names of the school. They were the ones that were basically leading teams into victory. And I see them just around the place, normal, right now. People who should have been at some university out there in the US or so, that did not receive the proper guidance to allow them to do that. Yeah? So I'm seeing some of them. And these are people that should have really received proper guidance. So that right now, instead of being here in Grenada looking for a job, or you're seeing some guys, you hear all yours making noise today when the 4x4 running, and when the 4x100 running and so on. You heard how the stadium was making noise? Some of the guys pulling bus door in Grenville right now were some of the same ones Ollie was making noise for a few years ago. And nothing is wrong with pulling the bus door. Nothing is wrong with that. Yeah, they're making an honest living. They ain't breaking nobody's place. They ain't robbing nobody. They're making an honest day's work. But I'm saying that their future held a lot more than that for them. But they did not receive the proper guidance. So it can't be that we have our athletes running and jumping and throwing with world-class possibilities. And after the intercall finish, and you might have Whitsuntide games and you might have Carifta, and when those things finish, we just done with them and we forget them. No. It cannot and it should not continue to be so. Yeah? There must be a move. I know I used to do it back in my days in the ministry. I used to speak with some of them to tell them, no, you need to go and do your SATs, and there's another exam similar to the SAT. You need to go and do that. So, and you need to make sure that you have your reel. You need to have your performance reel, which is as all the races that you run and you win and so on, that you have those things on a tape. Well, those days you had tape, but these days they could have just it on a flash drive or something that they have it. Better to save it on something hard. You have it. You save it online, you have it. So that when you're contacting a school or a school contacting you, you have these things to send to them. And parents of these children, you all need to know these things. Because this will help you, so that they might get a full scholarship from a university in the US. Don't worry, we not to go and pay the 15,000 EC or the 40-something thousand EC. No, I doubt to the school children and so on. If they're accepted by the university itself might pay it for them. Yeah? So we have to ensure that these children know what it takes to go to the next level. You want to go to LSU. You want to go to whichever university. What do I have to do to get there? And how do we utilize the Grenadian alumni of these different institutions to help us get more of our young folks into these universities, into these institutions, so they can go and get the doctorate, they can go and get their master's degree, they can go and educate themselves and come back to Grenada and come back with a skill that they can offer to us, but also that they can receive the additional training that they may not be able to get in Grenada that could take them onto the World Championship and Olympic stage. I don't think about Commonwealth Games. There's still a Commonwealth Games. I know when last year about Commonwealth Games. I think Pan Am Games gone through. But when last year about Commonwealth Games and so, yeah. But the Commonwealth Games or the the Olympic Games or the World Championships. Yes, so that they can move from where they are now, because you're seeing a lot of potential there. I am looking at some of these young folks right now, and I could tell you, as a matter of fact, that if they get the proper training, the proper guidance, Grenada has several Olympic gold medals, not just Olympic medals, Olympic gold medals that were on the tracks and on the field today. We have them in store. What we do between now and the next 2-3 years will tell if we manifest those Olympic medals or if those possibilities fall by the wayside, as so many have done over the years. And it's not just the responsibility of their schools. Yeah, they run for the schools. The schools have to be able to tell them. Are they still talking about that, Dory? I'll pop the picture again when already. The schools have their part to play. Because you can't have a young lady running for you for how much years, and you're not explaining to her that she needs to do these exams so that if the universities, and you can't be out there helping to scout some of the universities for her, so that when the time comes and she's graduating out of your institution, she knows that, hey, I only have a few months in Grenada and I'm going to this university in the US, or I'm going to Canada, or I'm going to Jamaica, because some of our athletes have been going to Jamaica of late. That you're going from Grenada, you're going from Carriacou, Petit Martinique, you are going from here to there, and this is what you are going to need. That you need to make sure that you get these subjects, and we're going to work hard with you to make sure that you get these subjects, because it's important. So if it means that we have to make you write some of these subjects when you're in Form 3, we're doing it. You understand where I'm coming from? We're making you write some of these CXC subjects in Form 3 because you want to make sure that you get it. And if you have it under your belt already, then we could focus on other things. But we're making you write it in Form 3. We're pushing you. How many of the schools are taking that approach with these young people, or are we just leaving them again so that we could see them, some of them unemployed, some of them in jobs that if they had carried on with the talent, the natural talent that they have, if they had carried on, we would not just be speaking about Lyndon Victor, Anderson Peters, Kirani James, Aline Francique, Rondell Bartholomew. We wouldn't just be speaking about them. We would have a longer list to speak about, because they were in races with people that beat them, you know. All of them names are called there. Hazel and Regis, all of them were in races with people that beat them. They didn't win everything. Sean Lambert, they were in races with people that beat them. They did not win everything. So it had fellas that had a lot of talent too. Some of them didn't know they had people that, but if you're in a race with that man, you had to check yourself. But what happened to those guys? So you hear them speaking about sports policy and all this kind of thing. And that's what the NDC does. They speak a lot, but they don't do anything. So you won't see them being able to pull a picture like how I could pull a picture and say, well, watch. You understand? Let me pull it again. Yeah, some people say they want to see it again. Let me pull it again. Yeah? They can't come and put up their picture. They could come and put up their picture in the stadium after it built, after they say it can't be built. But they can't come and say, look, Emlyn Pierre, they sent me. I could say Emlyn Pierre, they sent me. Yes, she sent me and Vida Victor Bruno. So we went and deal with the scene. And then Honorable Emlyn Pierre take it up from there. You understand? We make sure that you had your intercall games. She made sure it was held up there in St. Andrew. You had your intercall games that year. How much people say it can't be done. They could never do that up there. And how they go do this and how they go do that. And as I say that, let me mention something. I keep hearing this thing about putting an artificial track in Progress Park. And I would say tread very, 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 very carefully with that. Tread very carefully with that. I remember there were discussions in relation to an artificial track in Progress Park before. And with those discussions, it was mentioned that Progress Park is actually one of the best cricket fields that have in Grenada. If you're talking about the best cricket fields in Grenada, you have the National Stadium, you have La Sagesse, and then you have Progress Park and anything else after that. But those are the three best that you have. And part of the discussion was at that time that if you're going to put an artificial track, it would have been better to build an additional facility behind Progress Park, on that area behind Progress Park there, that somehow you could have put a facility in. And I know that there was discussions about if there is a possibility, how that would go and so on. Because remember, the people who are talking now is the people that put lights inside it that you can't play nighttime cricket under. Is the people that take out the lights that you could have played nighttime cricket under in La Sagesse and go and put what lights they want. Is the people that go and put lights in the stadium that fail the inspection of the cricket committee so that they can't have nighttime cricket in the stadium, that they just spend how much million to put up lights for, that if they have to play nighttime cricket, they might have to take down the lights that cost over 5 million from what I'm hearing. They'd have to take down those lights and put up other lights that are going to cost how much million again to be able to play nighttime cricket day. Incompetent people. So when you hear them talking about track, nobody is saying that you don't want a track for St. Andrew people. I mean, that would be madness. Nobody would say that you don't want a track for St. Andrew people. Is where and how you do it. And you see why you need an election to get rid of these people. Because you need competent people who understand the various nuances to know that you could put it there or you can't put it there. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to kill cricket in St. Andrew. They're going to kill cricket in St. Andrew. Yeah? Because the athletes doing well, you know. And there's this talk about training on the grass track and what that does and so on. Right? And nobody is saying that you have to lead them only with grass track. That they don't deserve artificial turf. They deserve artificial turf. But we're saying, be careful with that. If you want to go in Pearls and say, okay, you have enough space in Pearls that you could expand it to the level that it will be able to take a 400-meter track, because as it is right now, it can't take a 400-meter track. I know that. I know the size of every playing field in Grenada. I know there are only a few 400-meter tracks in Grenada. La Sagesse is one, the National Stadium. The Alston Peters Park is one. Yeah? I'm trying to remember if the one in Carriacou, Hillsborough playing field is one. I believe it is one. A 400-meter track. But there are few. Right? And you need a 400. If you're going to do artificial turf, you need a 400-meter space to be able to do that. I'm saying be careful that you kill cricket that already have issues, that you go and kill cricket in St. Andrew with another one of your harebrained schemes without properly speaking to the people of St. Andrew, like Paradise Sports Club, the St. Andrew Cricket Council, and all of these people. I'm warning, because I don't want Honorable Emlyn Pierre to have too much problem she had to go and undo when we come in a few months. I don't want to have too much headache. And that is why I'm saying it now. So you hear them talking about it and it sounds like a nice idea. And that's the thing with these people. You hear number 10 and them speaking and it may sound, although I see some people say some stuff in the comments, they pay you. It sounds as a nice idea. But is it a practical idea? Can you implement it? Theoretically, it sounds nice. Practically, can you implement it? Is it reasonable and sensible to implement that? Or is it more sensible to look at the other aspect and say we have enough space in the back that we could be able to get a new facility there, and then we could have a sports complex in St. Andrew where you have the artificial track and you have the cricket pitch next to each other, so fellas could play football on either one, and they have the thing there they could play on as well. Cricket could continue playing and you could have your other activities there. Because remember as well, once you put an artificial track there, the type of activities and the volume of activities that you may want to have, you will not be able to have at that location anymore. Remember that as well. So some of the activities, the non-sporting activities that you may have there, You may not be able to have it once that is done. So again, sometimes things sound nice, but in practicality, can it work? I hear them with it. SAT and the GRE exams, right? The SAT, I have a friend out there in the States. Call and explain that to them, eh? Yeah, I have a friend outside there. Yeah, somebody saying, yeah, they already told number 10 that is a bad idea. She playing, she didn't hear. Because I know this. Listen, this is not new. Number 10 was in the cabinet, so she knows. You think it's no. This discussion about doing that there, but the discussion had passed the stage of doing it in Progress Park itself. Because you were considering that, hey, are you going to... Because listen, it's have cricketers that came in. Remember when they used to have the Masters, when you used to have all of these old England players and Australian players and West Indian players coming in and play games in Grenada. Remember that used to take place. And one of the fields that they recommend the most is that same Progress Park. They used to say it like a turtle shell. That's why some of the cricket teams, when they come to Grenada, they want to go and practice in Progress Park. Yeah, not only do they like the countryside, but they like Progress Park itself. And if you're going to move the cricket from there, you have to make sure that wherever you're doing is at a higher standard than where you're moving it from. And we know all you're incompetent, so we know all you're going to mess it up. Yeah? So don't worry, the NNP will handle it properly when the NNP comes in. Because if Honorable Emlyn Pierre could have built the Kirani James Athletic Stadium in no time flat, St. Andrew people don't have anything to worry about. When we return to office soon, we'll ensure that there's an athletic track up there. Right? A synthetic athletic track for the people of St. Andrew. And by extension, the people of St. Patrick. We'll ensure that it is there. Could tell you that from now. Yeah? They know, you know, they get one. They're playing their hard head. All right, go ahead. 14734407377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside, folks.
Let the protest, but now we robbing up the same white boys like a bed bug in the night. But just remember the local workers and make sure that you treat them right.
And folks, I know a lot of folks are concerned about that visa bond, eh? Yeah.
Oh God, baby, Jesus is up the blows. Grenadians,
but you all know part of what's causing that, right? You all understand why this thing has been imposed on Grenadians, eh?
Is when you expose.
Our name would never have ended up on that list if certain things being done by this administration were not done, yeah? You think the US isn't listening to the Prime Minister saying he doesn't read them thing, he does just sign that? Just click a button and sign. All you know, I'm surprised many of you are not speaking about this thing, and you all don't realize just how dangerous this thing is. Because what we just get is the first thing. It have more coming, you know. Again, I don't have goat mouth, I have foresight. I don't see what come in before you reach. Because while them playing draft, I play in chess. Yeah? When them still setting up the board to play draft, I done 15 moves in front already. Yeah, 15 as the amount. Yeah, 15 moves in front already. So we have to understand what is coming. Because if you're going to get your visa in Barbados, and when you, born and bred Grenadian, reach in Barbados, you're bouncing up 20 people from Nigeria, you're meeting 15 people from Russia, you're meeting people from all over the world, never set foot in Grenada. But these people are there, seeking to get a US visa, and many of these people, if they are successful and they get the visa, and they go to the United States, they're not leaving. They utilize the Grenadian passport, they get through, they go to the United States, and they don't leave in. They stay up there. And the US watching that also, Grenadian passports coming through, and that is what happening. So they implement this now. So when you come, they have the option to say, okay, you, all right, we'll process it for you, you know. But in your case, we need you to pay a bond. We need you to pay 5,000 US. We'll process it for you, you know. But we need you to pay a 15,000 US. So those of us as Grenadians, we may get hit with the 5,000 or 6 or 7,000 US that we have to fine and pay to be able to get a visa to travel for the 3 months that they go give us. Meanwhile, you might have some of those people who could barely even speak English or maybe can't speak English, but I am Grenadian. And they presenting that passport, looking for the US visa in it, and then you hear they might get hit with the 15,000 US. Or some of us, you find, okay, you one of them that been saying all kind of thing about President Trump on the thing, 15,000 US, you had to pay. That's why I warn some of you, be careful what you say, where you say. Yeah, nobody's saying that you don't have freedom of speech, but they have freedom of entry too. They can tell you you can't enter the place. But I'm very worried about what this means for many of the people that leave Grenada and go to the US for medical treatment. I met my little darling, Melanie, today. Yeah, I met her today. Yeah, one cute looking child. Still has the Mediport, still needs the assistance. So those of you that remember, she still needs the assistance. Still has the Mediport in and so on. And I know that certain things are taking place. I'm not at liberty to say because they didn't give me no message to bring. But I remember children like her. And I remember situations with other children that have come up over the years. I remember situations with people right now. Yeah? People right now that if they had been able to access a US visa or healthcare in the United States, that would be alive right now, that not alive right now. And I remember people that may have been lucky and got to go and get the treatment and they're back in Grenada now and they're all well and good. And due to the greedy actions of this government, with the trailer load of Russian applications that they take and process, so that now it maybe even have more Russians with Grenadian passport than it have Grenadian with Grenadian passport. You never know. It could even have more Russian with Grenadian passport than it have Grenadian with Grenadian passport. So when you see they put their things in place in the United States, you know where to lay the blame. Right at the feet of the National Democratic Congress government of Deacon Mitchell, who just happens to be a passport agent himself, with his Minister of Finance, who happened to be a passport agent himself, a CBI agent, both of them. So when you see those kind of things happening, while they may have benefited financially from the trailer load that came in from Russia, and the trailer load that coming in right now from the Gulf states, the same places they can't go right now. They can't go Qatar, they can't go Doha, they can't go to Dubai. They can't go to Kuwait. Well, they could go in. Real fireworks taking place up there right now. No one had to go. Real fireworks in them place and them. What if you see it sparkly? Real fireworks. No one had to go up there. Yeah? But there are a bunch of people up there right now with Grenadian passports that may appear in Barbados without even touching a grain of sand or putting their foot in Grenada, that may appear in Barbados going to the US Embassy. Because now they are looking for the US visa. Yeah? And many of those are people that could pay the bond. Well, nearly all of them. These people could pay the bond, you know. So they're okay. Because of the influx of them, we've seen what happened. But that's not the only thing. If you play around with the US government, they say you play with Puppy, Puppy going to lick your mouth. But if you play with Big Dog going to... Arf! He must bite you. And that's what happened to Grenada. They ask you some questions, answer them. You want to beat around the bush, play games. Well, you play games and you lose. You lose bad too. But then it's not them, all of them, well, we think it's all of them, because we know for a fact the Minister of Finance can't go in the States. In fact, next month, April, there will be the spring meeting of the International Monetary Fund. Grenada's Minister of Finance can't go. I think the only other Minister of Finance that probably can't go is the Minister of Finance of Iran. I'm telling you, I've been honest, I think that may be the only other Minister of Finance that can't go. Even the Minister of Finance of Cuba, with all the pressure that Cuba is under right now, even the Minister of Finance of Cuba could probably go. But the Minister of Finance of Grenada cannot go. He can't go. He had to join on Zoom. He can't go. Every other country on earth, all other countries, their Minister of Finance could go. Grenada can't go. Why? Because the US take a visa. So he cannot enter the United States to go to the UN because the US take a visa. And it doesn't seem as though they're giving it back anytime soon. But not just his, because according to the Prime Minister, they took other people's visas, but we have not been informed of who those people are. And as such, we can't say anything about that because we have not been informed of who these people are. 1473-440-7377. Yeah, 1473-440-7377. Yeah. I ain't ball with my mouth closed at all. I talk it.
Say when you pose, when you expose, my people balling.
I had intended to speak on healthcare tonight, but when I looked at it today being intercall and the final day into the night, it did not make sense. I'm coming to speak about that in itself tonight. What I can do is set up a separate program because I do have a guest that will be on with us to speak. Maybe even two. Might even be one guest, might be two. That I'll have on at the same time to speak on that. On Tuesday, I have two guests who will be on with me on another issue. You'll be knowing on Monday what that issue is. We've already settled and everything, so I just had to send them the link, but we're on Tuesday night. I have two guests that will be on with me. Two nice people, yeah? And Leroy is asking a good question here. With the investments, with the passports that are being sold, where are the investments? And we have to ask ourselves because, remember, the Kimpton by Kawana project. Let me just revisit that for a short while, huh? The Kimpton by Kawana project, and I'm sorry I didn't pull my clips for that for tonight. But the Kimpton by Kawana project, you had a situation where that was an approved project under the New National Party. Right. When you approve a project, I'm putting it in the most basic sense here. You have the project, the government allows the developers to use marketing agents out there and so on to get people to buy into the project. So in other words, they can buy a sharehold of the project. Right? So you had people that in order to obtain their Grenadian citizenship were buying a share in that hotel. When the people's money came in, the government, the money would come in into an escrow account and so on. Government would say, okay, you do this, we release some money for you to do the next stage. You do that, we release some money to do the next stage. And government released money and then realized that the money that was released to work on the project here in Grenada, what the people who got their citizenship and they paid to become shareholders in that particular project and to gain Grenadian citizenship, that their money was being used in another country. It was not being used here in Grenada on that project. So in other words, you're taking money that's supposed to be used in Grenada and you're building something in our next country. After Grenada has given these people citizenship because they have invested in a project in Grenada. They didn't invest in a project in another country. They invested in a project here in Grenada. The government of Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell said, no, we're not releasing any more money to these people, if that is what they're doing. And that is where the confusion starts from, you know. It's not like NNP did these people some kind of bad thing and NNP wicked and Dr. Mitchell wicked and he do them some kind of thing. That is what happened with that hotel that you see above Granans Beach there, you know. That all that happened is the people was taking the money that people were paying into the project that should be building something in Grenada. They were taking that money and spending it outside of Grenada. And the government, because of the measures it had put in place to avoid such things happening, stopped taking any money out and give to them. They said, no, you can't be doing that. Any money we give you have to be spent here in Grenada. The people take the government of Grenada to court for that. They say people spending money on the project and Grenada government refused to release it to them. That is what was in front of the courts, you know. And that is what this government came in and say NNP can't win in court. I just put it in the simplest form for you. So this government came in and said that, oh, hey, you can't spend you can't get any more money on this thing. So this government, came in and said to them, we ain't gonna bother with the court case. We go squash the court case. We go give you a win and we go pay you off. Give these people, if I remember correctly, 22 million. I'm sure by now they finished pay them. But in the background, John Public was hearing that the same people that was taking the money from Grenada and spending it outside of Grenada, John Public was hearing. And word on the street was that these are the people that funded the campaign of the National Democratic Congress. That they gave a couple $1 million to the campaign of the National Democratic Congress to get them into government. And therefore, it could be seen as corrupt for them to win and then come back and use state resources to pay back the people that fund their campaign. And Grenadians sit down there like, if nothing is wrong with that, everything is okay with that. Yeah, is everything okay with that? All you find that is normal thing? Because we have a problem. Because remember again, the people that was paying the money to be used in Grenada, those people had to be paid back their money. The part that government ain't tell you, and up to today, because it's only me talking about it, all you ain't making talk about it, you all hearing me speaking about things here and you all keeping it to yourself like if it's some kind of secret. Tell your neighbor, call other programs and say it. Tell them on the internet. All of them feel the internet is for them alone. The internet is for all of us. So put it on the internet. Don't be afraid. Shaggy program is not theirs. So I'm afraid to call Shaggy and say, what madness is this? This is talking points. You all getting the talking points that you all can use wherever. So don't be afraid to call it, because I find some of just operate Freddy. All you had children that had to get scholarship, they wouldn't give all you. All you ain't asking for housing assistance and so on. All you, nothing. But all you still afraid to stand up and talk. Talk. Look at thing they want to do me and I standing up and talk. Stand up and talk. Yeah? This when you hear them talking about Kimpton and all this kind of thing, that is what take place there, you know? Because we hearing that the 22 million they gave them back, that they didn't go in court and say, if we did go in court, we'd lose. Does that song as something we would lose? That these people were taking the money and using it outside of the state of Grenada, when it's supposed to be used inside the state of Grenada, according to every law, everything in place. You find there's a case that Grenada would lose. But your prime minister came in and said, we ain't fighting that case. Just give them people the money. And they gave these people back the money. Well, not back the money, you know. Because these people didn't spend any money. That's the next thing you have to know. The developers who get the 22 million, these people probably spend maybe about $3 or $4 million in Grenada alone, and they get 22 million. That is what they spent, you know. Only about at the most, I would think it's $5 million US that they spent. They get 22 million US. And after that, the government of Grenada, leaving the people with the citizenship and the passport that they get, you can't go and just take that back like that. They'll bring it to court. But this government of Grenada, instead of working out some arrangement to the people and say, well, okay, the project will continue, so you'll still have a share in the project, etc. What existed before is going to be transferred to the new people. Take the property, pay off the developers, and now they have to pay off the investors, which is over $50-something million. But they're very quiet on it. You know why? Because we ain't talking about it. They now had to find 50 something million US, 200 and something people that invested in it. They had to find 50 something million US to pay back these same people. That maths in for all you. But NNP that was wrong. NNP go and they make a mess and they quarrel with the people. NNP was making sure and protect. NNP was protecting the interests of the Grenadian people. The NDC was protecting their own selves and their political interests. And who is the people they put to make the decision to pay off the company? One person who was the person that was doing the books for the same company that had to make a decision whether to pay them or don't pay them. So understand what I'm saying here? A person who has a company that was doing the books for the same company they're sitting to make a decision on. A person who was a member of the board or some kind of thing, a lady that was involved in the company, again, was one of the people that's sitting on the CBI committee that make the decision to put that board in place to look after the interests of the company that she working with. And we sit down and find that is okay. And some of us, I don't know, I find there's an attitude among some of us and it's a dangerous attitude and I want to warn against it. NNPites, let me warn against it. You see this attitude of I go do my thing or I go call and I go do my thing when election call, stupidness, dotishness, lack of understanding of political science. Stop it. Do it from now. Because you don't know when elections calling. Elections could call tomorrow. They could say wonderful intercall. Elections is in 21 days from now. Elections could call next week. They could call week after. 21 days. You don't know. So what are you waiting on? You have to pick up the phone and call them program. You can't be afraid to call program. You're speaking truth. You ain't lying on nobody. You're speaking the truth. You have the facts. And if you need documents, we could provide documents and back up what we're saying. So you don't have to be afraid to call. You can find somebody that's afraid to call. Not just here. Here is one thing. But to call some of the other programs and speak the truth. Because you see, they're going out there and they're lying. They're going out there and they're saying all sorts of things. And tying up, especially people in the diaspora, tying up people in the diaspora head. So people in the diaspora believe in some of the stuff that these people saying. Look, case in point. Just as I was starting the program, I got a call from a good friend of mine. They said to me, Sheldon, somebody saying that, look, they see a video of Honorable Emlyn Pierre crying, and she crying, and I wouldn't even help them to give legs to that particular rumor. But she crying for some stupid reason. And I had to say to the individual, just ignore that nonsense. The reason she was crying is because of the emotion she felt at that point in time due to what happened with number 10 and what she had to go through in that same constituency, going around to explain to people what had happened. That is why she was crying. And she said so later on. But again, because we ain't going out there and defending these people circulating out, she was crying because of that, and she was crying because of this, and nobody call and say what you hear they say she was crying for. Please, don't help them spread the nonsense. But that is what happened. You have to be able to defend it. Later, while she was speaking, she said why she was crying. She said, listen, this thing touched me emotionally when I heard Lindy speak. Because when I remember what I went through, having to explain to people in different parts of the constituency why number 10 did what she did. And the hurt that many people came to me showing. That is why I broke down and I had to cry. But you see, people take, oh, she crying, and that's what she crying for, and they put in their own meaning to it. And we as an NPI sit down there, we're not defending. We hearing them call the radio and lie. We hearing them call the radio and speak untruths. And we sit down there, yes, we know better, that is good. But you knowing better alone, or you knowing better and 400 people knowing better, which one is more important on election day? You alone knowing better, or you and 400 other people knowing better? Because on election day, everybody starts on zero. So all like Andy who feel they have how much votes in the bag, must remember on election morning, all them ballot box empty and everybody starts on zero. Even a candidate, I could go and register as an independent candidate now. On election morning, guess how much votes are starting on? Zero. Everybody starting on zero. And you have to get your people. So it's important for you to make sure that people know the truth outside there. It's important for you to put the information out there so that more and more Grenadians know the truth. Because they're trying to spin the Kimpton by Kawana thing. The same Kimpton by Kawana that right now, you ain't see nothing going on there. We were promised it would start in X amount of time. We were promised again, it will start in how much weeks, in how much months. By this time next year it will start. By this time this year it will start. We keep hearing all kind of dates and nothing is taking place in relation to Kimpton. Nothing is taking place there. All we gain is excuses and new dates. Excuses and new dates. That is all you're getting in relation to that. And then you look at the CBI and you ask yourself, I'm going to call it whatever they want, the CBI. They could look at it and when you ask yourself, well, okay, they sold all these passports. You see, I'm bringing it back. They sold all these passports that right now we in problem for. And after they go and they speak about that now, they go and they sold all these passports. You look at what project did they get? Which new project? Which project in Grenada is not an NNP project that the NDC went out there and get? We're still waiting on the 2 million for coconut for the member from the member of South for the South. We're still waiting on 2 million for coconut from he. 1 million and then Andy, we were so impressed with you, we're giving you another 2 million, another million. So we're getting 2 million for coconut. We can't see a flex, much less a coconut straw or fiber. Remember they used to make mattress and chair, seat and all kind of thing with coconut fiber back in the days? We can't see a fiber, much less a cookie, a flex, much less the $2 million. None. But they want us to talk about that. Yeah? Threaten him. He go hush him out and he go stop do talking points. He go do the program again. Threaten him. Send letter for him. Deal with him. He go hush him out. Joke they making. They know with my grandmother. My grandmother's a woman they call Agnes Levine and Mama Dun. Yeah? They know who's my people in Carriacou. They never hear about Lucy and Duncan. They never hear about my grandaunt. They know the kind of people we is. Very nice people, you know. Don't get on the wrong side. Don't get on the wrong side. So they feel like it could make me afraid. Them Jukutu half right. Them could get me frightened. But you all allowing them to get you all frightened. So people sit down. Don't worry, I know you say I don't call in. But I just waiting, man. When the time come, I go deal with them. When what time come? When people mind done make up already? Pick up the phone, call. What they gonna do you? All you afraid them? That is what all you afraid? All you afraid Deacon Mitchell? People in the public service, all you afraid he? That is what all you afraid. That is what you come to. You all the people who stand up to a party that had 15 seats back to back. All you afraid this Jukutu bunch? That is what you afraid? You can't even cook that thing. Serious, you can't even cook that thing because you force right. That is what you afraid? My goodness. People stay there and ball with their mouth closed. Nah, papa.
Oh God, baby Jesus.
147-344-07377.
Canadian boy.
We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon, good night.
Good night, Mike. Well, I just hear your voice calling, so I can't class you like the rest.
No, don't worry. Sheldon, there are some people bent on trying to silence us. They are bent on trying to silence us in whatever form they want. But I'll just put it like that. When the lion, we know that lion is the king of the jungle. When the lion roars, only the donkey or the jackass bray. But there are times the jackass bray before the donkey, the jackass bray before the lion roar.
I understand you.
A jackass bray. I hope that jackass is prepared for when that lion roar. That's all I say. That's all I have to say, Sheldon.
All right. Okay, right. And let me say this. Last night I mentioned something. Again, it's like people hear it and like, okay, all right, yeah. All right, next issue. No, listen. I mentioned to you, I play for you, where the chief medical officer of Grenada is saying that there's an individual that every time they're treating him for tuberculosis, he runs away. They have to go and find police to get him and bring him back and so on, and start to treat him and then he runs away. Or they for themselves letting him go home and saying, take your medication, you're not taking it. So he now has tuberculosis that cannot be treated. A strain of tuberculosis he could now pass on to you that cannot be treated. What we did not hear is what you're doing about it. We hear that is the situation. All you lock the man up, all you have him in isolation somewhere. Are you all looking at alternative means of treatment if there's alternative means of treatment? Or we just going to leave him out there to spread it as much as possible? Because we don't know who he is, so we don't know if we sit on the bus next to him tomorrow morning. We don't know. Yeah? Or we just going to call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello? Yeah? Caller, you're live, you know. Listen to the phone line. Listen to the phone line.
Sheldon.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the phone line. Go right ahead.
We call that radio. Good night, Sheldon.
Yeah, you're supposed to know to come out by the radio before, eh? Go ahead.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you long, but
Just call good night.
You that making the mistake and go and stick up by radio, we hearing you long.
All right, Mr. Scott. I'm calling tonight. I say good night again to you.
Good night, my brother.
And the talking family. Mr. Scott, I heard you a while ago said that some people are making some statement about Emily crying. Well, I'm in workplace today. I had to fix them up, you know.
Just don't bother
and
to
know me.
spread the thing, eh? We ain't repeating what they're saying, but
I just showing you what they did.
Yeah.
And I said, let me tell you something. Or do you understand when someone is hurt? You understand someone how they feels? You could understand someone's feelings? Understand? You can understand that. I said that's what she was going through. She was going through what the number 10 did to them. Because the young lady speak on it on the stage.
The young lady started to cry, you know.
That's correct.
She hold back the tears, but she started to cry.
Yeah, and she cried after when she woke up Miss Francis. Yeah. So Sheldon, they could talk with it. As a man said, they bother with their mouth closed, right? If you hear them, they're crying, they want help, and all they want me and all to help them. I say, what we are getting to give you? A poor man as me, they can have the money, don't leave and lax. Call him and like you all you. You understand? Sheldon, let me just stay focused. And as you said, I want you, the people. There's a lot of people outside only talking about them. They want them to come back into power, but they're looking to register. They're not looking to go there and register. When you ask them to go there and register, they're telling you about how you have time. What time you have? Time is not in none of us hand, in none of us control. Do what you have to do.
My brother,
Sheldon, you're doing a good job and continue doing it.
You made a point there, and I'm not letting you leave before we expound on it. You made a point there. We were NNP come back, come back. Are you registered? I ain't get time yet.
You understand what I'm saying?
I had the 2 children in the house there, one turned 18 last year, the next one turned 18 this year. They registered? No. Don't worry, we go make a day and go and register them. They waited until this man, because remember, he don't have to call a national rally and have meetings and so before he announced an election date,
No.
Listen, I know election dates in the Caribbean announced with a press release, and I remember in Trinidad at that time, they announced that general elections via a press release, and in the middle of the day, newspapers and everything just receive an email. General elections are on this day, Nomination day is that day, parliament dissolved, election is so. No public meeting, no nothing, a press release, So it could come out anyway, so you don't know. So you have to be like a scout and be prepared.
And Sheldon, that's what we did. That's what we do, Mr. Dabra and them. We went and do some campaigning down the road and met some young people. And we had some young people tell us, look, I'm not registered. And the young lady get up the Monday morning and she said, look, I don't do it yet. And mommy telling me, go and do it. I say, well, it's time for you to do it. We will help her out with certain money to go and do it. And they went and do it. And that's what we want. We have to continue to be at the back. That is why we going out there and hearing they cry and speaking to them. So, you know what I'm saying? And it working out. Because many of them come and tell us, I did register. So that's what we NNP had to do. And we have and some of us, we like a lot of gossip. We have a lot of gossip. If we hear something, we go with it. Understand? But I just put them in a place because I have facts. I just listen to you and I listen to other station and I just have my facts. Understand? And when I confront them, they can't answer. Because when they're talking rubbish, I know how to confront them. Sheldon, have a good night, man.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, God bless. God bless you.
Take back your vote, cause that is one thing you regret. Because apart from all those gallant feds, yes, they do nothing yet. Canadians balling with their mouth.
Yes, indeed. And we have a caller online. Hello, good night. Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. Good night, Talking Points.
How you doing?
How we doing?
Well, boss, I have a kind of situation there, boy. In the space of
What is the situation, brother?
In the space of 2 weeks, I lose 2 family members. I lose one a couple of hours ago.
Wow. My condolences,
But
brother.
I still here.
Yeah, well,
First and foremost, in the space of 3 weeks. But go ahead.
First and foremost, I want to give the victors of the intercall, boys and girls, some congrats, and to all the schools that took part, all the athletes, all the runners, everybody, congrats, man. Well done. Sheldon, I happen to have a little viewing of this town hall Polaris consultation meeting. And I've been listening to some figures calling and some years of payback time and how much you have in the pocket and how much was granted and how much was promised and such. These people really believe Grenadians stupid? I mean, you hearing 100 million here, 185 here, 250 million here, and then you're watching the people that is talking and making these pronouncements. You are seeing the treasurer of NDC making these pronouncements. You are seeing the chairperson of GDB, who is responsible for approving loans for ministers. Yeah? You have a prime minister, like you rightly said, is or were a CBI agent by he changing the name of the company, or he take off his name, his personal name. Minister of Finance. You're hearing ministers getting loans.
Hold on.
Other than the starboard on the south.
Is a CBI
from
agent,
CDB.
Right. We're not
GDB,
saying
I mean.
were. He is
And
a
these
CBI
people are them going around as if everything is normal in Grenada. We ain't hearing who are the other people involved in the Lotto fiasco. Who else are they get sent home? You ain't hearing what taking place in gravel and concrete. Who's supposed to be sent home? And you come in and tell me you want to build a house. I pass that place every day. And I'm seeing what happens. Because I go to that side every morning, I come in every afternoon. and I'm seeing what they're doing. This level of promise, they're trying to hold promises on his whole. And this Prime Minister, when he made that statement about he could sign his signature with what? With technology. So we have a Donald Trump in Grenada. This man is signed with AutoPen now. Because that was Grenada seems to be running on autopilot. And Sheldon, I tell you, I happened to see this gentleman for the last couple of weeks around the area and like his area, because I'm up there. And this man seems to me distant to me. You ever look at somebody and see a hollow shell? You ever seen that before? This man not in Grenada. His body is here. Probably his clothes is here, but this man is not in Grenada. And I don't care what NDC had to say. Folks, NMPites, get yourself registered. Look at the voters list. And listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very carefully. In St. George Northwest, Dr. Mitchell is not running. There's Dr. Adrian that is running. Yeah? The NMP has a new slate of people that is running. In St. Mark is no longer Dr. Modest, it's Dr. Mayana Charles. So when you all beat up and keep Mitchell, continue beating up and don't focus on what is in front of you all. Go get yourself registered, look at the voters list, do your party work. Don't take this thing for granted. An election can be called in the morning, it can be called Tuesday, it can be called Saturday, whenever the man chooses to call it, they have it. Get yourself registered, get ready. And like I said again, Sheldon, I don't care what nobody say. This is my personal opinion. Election is calling this year. Have a good night.
All right, my brother. You have a good one. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah. Grenadian balling.
People balling anyway you pass. Transformation in we mass.
You all want to see? Let me show you all something. Let me go to let me go to the IMA website. We're going to the IMA website here. And when you're going through the IMA, that's the CBI local agents, right? The list of local CBI agents. So you're seeing here, name, contact person, email, phone, address, website. So you're seeing the name here, the contact person, you're seeing that for them there. Miss Andrea St. Bernard, that is the treasurer of the NDC. All right, you see she there, right? Okay. Kinta Roberts, whoever that is. Mr. V. Nazimberg, Mr. What it was again? Passport selling like fish cakes in the market square. Yes, so he's selling fish cake right now. Anytime you see him, he must say fish cake. Yeah, Mr. Fish Cake himself now. Charles Peter David, as soon as he starts a political party, all of a sudden he's also a CBI agent. So we know the arrangement with the NDC. We know there's an arrangement. Yeah? You had to play the role that like PBC and them play today. Pull enough points so that GBSS can win. You have to play the role. We understand how the thing go. But under him, forget it. Under him, this is the one. You see Citizenship and Corporate Services Limited? Why there is no name here? Why here, you see name, but for Citizen and Corporate Services, so they have no contact people for that? You know why there's no person here? Because the name here is the Minister of Finance, Mr. Dennis Cornwall. That is how they think they're fooling you, the Grenadian people. So they are listed right now, tonight, if you go there, you're seeing it, on the IMA website. Citizen and Corporate Services Limited. The person, the contact person, is the Minister of Finance. They ain't going to put the email here, because they know that go sell him. They ain't put it on that side. But you see, they ain't put any name here. They put this email. Because you could use that with this email, but they ain't put any personal email on that side there. How Mr. Peter David had his personal email there? But this one, why the name in there? Because the Minister of Finance of Grenada. And you see Mr. Afiven to Western Arkansas, right? We coming to the other side here. Right? Ian Sandy, well obviously the contact person go be Ian Sandy, so they ain't put nothing there because that's the contact person. Right? Infinity, you see Miss Margaret Wilkinson, Miss Leslie and Sion. Why Mitchell and partners ain't have nobody here? Mitchell. Not Dr. Keith Mitchell. You know which Mitchell it is name supposed to be here. But they ain't put in their name. They ain't put in their contact number. they ain't put in no email here. They mean just contact them via this email alone. So they ain't put no name here. They ain't put in no. You know why? Because it's the Prime Minister of Grenada name that will be there as a local agent. So they ain't put in his name. Don't take my word for it. Those who like to doubt what we're saying and play like we know what we're saying, go and check the IMA Grenada website yourself and look under local agents. Go and check IMA Grenada and look under local agents. Yeah, that's what all you have to do. Go there and check. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada. So imagrenada.gd. imagrenada.gd. Go and check for yourself. And know that them two space there is because it's the two people who sitting in cabinet that are local agents in CBI. They think we stupid? So we know who Mitchell and thing belong to. We don't know. We must know who owned that. There's Grenada, you know. Plus, we have the copies of the documents where the name was there before until I open my big mouth and start to talk on it here, and they go and they pull the name off after. Let's scare the cat. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
How are you doing, sir?
Are you okay?
Yes, I
You know the international world will use Grenada as a stepping stone to come to America. That's the way it goes. So the CBI is just facilitating all of that. But I'm not going to be long because they're running out of time. But you ever hear the word Ligaroo?
Ligaroo, yeah, man. I know it's a Ligaroo.
Okay. Well, I think this government. I think this government is a Ligaroo. So have a good night. I think the government of Grenada right now is a Ligaroo. And if Grenadians know the meaning of Ligaroo, suckers.
Well, you know, not only that, Ligaroo does fly every night, you know.
Well, they're flying.
Them flying too.
They can't fly to Dubai now. Can't fly to Dubai now. As you said, they can't fly to Dubai, so I don't know.
They must go.
But, you know, as you were saying earlier about the Minister of Finance, it's a real sad situation. And America is putting on pressure. Donald Trump is not an easy man to deal with. He is a bit of an arrogant person. So at the end of the day, if you put pressure, the average person can't come up with the money. I heard it on the news here today, and I was shocked. You understand? But I knew it was coming. Because when you don't deal with foreign policies in the correct way, you got to face the consequences. Because that's the way it is. There's big and there's small. And Grenada is not a big place. It's just a small place with a small economy. So when people looking up, you know, it's like a man looking, he live on a hill in a swimming pool, and now start look down in the ghetto and see a man patching and nailing up the top of a roof. Well, that's the same concept in the world.
They already said they don't want the Prime Minister to be there looking down, watching those things. So they want him there. They put him down at the beach and you could look down at the sprawl of Mont Rouge.
Well, you know what? That's the lifestyle of the king. The king always looks down and looks for the best place, while the others suffer by helping the king to rise. So it's nothing is going to intend to do. They don't intend to try to do anything with Mount Royal, at least to make an effort to do something before they lost the election. No effort is going to be done there in Mount Royal at all. Oh, Lord, Mrs. Scott. Anyway, I'm going to say thanks to SAS for winning. And, you know, it's great. You have to have competition. Oh, and next thing you know, my brain works fast. What are you talking about in Progress Park there? I was watching something on that. And it was said, there is a cricket ground. If you want to build a facilities for athletics, build it somewhere else. Or close by or anything, but do not disturb that ground. Progress Park ground should not be disturbed. And anyone with common sense will know that in the cricket thing.
And we ain't going to accuse the present government of having common sense. We don't want to be taken to court on issues again. Already enough as it is.
Really and truly, no, we can't do that. You can't accuse them of having any common sense. They're a nonsensical bunch of egotistical youngsters. And I hope that Grenadians realize the mistake that they made by putting these bundle of incompetent people to run the country that cannot get it done. Especially when you got people just want to jump on a plane and fly away. How Grenada affairs will deal with when you're still not in Grenada. Like the last caller that called there, I like to hear him. He remind me of how he speaks remind me of someone, but I'm not going to call that name. But anyhow, he speaks something like the man from the south. And at the end of the day, I mean, really and truly, you cannot have people running a country that has no interest in the country. These people just, what's going on with the Cliff project? It finished yet? Still got to go through Bourbon and all of that.
These people take vehicles that over $100,000 and using it as saltfish van. What you expect from them?
Mr. Scott, Mr. Scott, I know in that talk with you. Don't call me next thing they carry your coat and they're looking for me to carry me to court too. And listen, no one can touch you and Auntie Jenny. No one can touch you all. Understand? No one can touch you all. And you know what I love about you? Your blatancy and your outspokenness. And I am that type of person too. You can't let these people run over you and got you scaredy cat. You scaredy cat, who the one to scaredy cat? I am far, but I am near. And at the end of the day, Grenada is a heart in my heart. So it's time for them to just, you get your little money, go ahead, go. In other countries, they will be carried before court. They can't, I think, look at this situation. You sack a minister to continue to let a man run the lotto, till the lotto and then shut down now. Oh, good God, man. I mean, really and truly, why Grenadians tolerating all of that shit? Sorry, Mr. Scott, for my language. But I know what I mean. Garbage, filth. Mm-hmm. Since we had the garbage situation too, what's going on with the asphalt plant there in Woodford?
Well, my friend, I have not received an update in the past 2 weeks or so. I will endeavor to get some information on that. We know that permission was given it was the day before Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. Permission was given for that asphalt plant to be built, to go ahead with it. Totally ignoring the concerns of the people who living there, the depreciation and the value of their properties, their health and security. All of that has been ignored. And further to that, the second publication was made at the beginning of this year. So they are now legally able to go ahead and build the asphalt plant. To hell with whoever are wrong.
Well, what about Perseverance and all the big fire? So if you got asphalt over one side and Perseverance catch a fire another time, what are you going to find? A catastrophe? Although I know there is sea in between where the building most probably, I can picture it in my mind.
There's a hill between the two areas, but it doesn't mean that in the dry season the hill ain't go catch.
Well, see, there we go. It's a conflict of interest.
I don't know. Myself because I've been on the West Coast for the year thus far.
Mr. Scott, you really think they know what they're doing, or you just saying so for saying so sake? They do not know what they're doing. They do not know they're fishing in the dry pond. Look at the situation with the same white elephant that they're trying to come. I can't get the hospital run in the country with poor people. The majority of Grenadians, I don't know the percentage, but I will calculate over 75 because here in Barbados is the same thing. And the hospital here is not all of that well, but they're still trying. And you always have to try for the poor and vulnerable. You cannot put a hospital for the rich and famous in a country that the poor and vulnerable cannot get basic necessities in a hospital. Then you're setting people up to die. And as you said a couple nights ago, when they're ready and they got any ailment because we are human, you jump on a plane and you fly out. And you get yourself fixed, but you don't care about your neighbor that down the road that you want vote for you. They say, hi, how you keeping? Anyhow, have a good night. It's near the end of the program. And me and you say I overstepped my timing. And all that. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear you. Keep up the good work, my brother. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you so very much, my brother.
All right.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, folks, that's our good friend Beige. Yeah, just the other day asking for Beige with Beige. You understand? Yes, folks, 14734407377. We'll still take your... Oh, we only have about 3 minutes remaining, but we'll still take a call if you call now. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah. Imagine we have a situation. Let me just come back to this one quickly before we end. Because I find some other taking this for a joke now. We have a situation with an individual that is a carrier of tuberculosis that is now, they cannot treat it with medication, who has already shown the propensity to go out there and go in between people as normal and run away and refuse a simple thing as take some tablets every day for X amount of days so that they can get rid of it from their system and therefore can't pass it on to other people who could die, because who knows if it's the same, not the same person that passed it on to the two people who had it this year where one of them died. They should charge them for murder. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Clock it.
Clock it, my dear. Clock it. What's up?
Clock it.
What's up with you?
I'm there. I'm just holding on. I want to say congratulations to all the athletes as well, the Sauce, taking the trophy home, and GBSS, so that's my team. I want to say congratulations to each and every one who take part in the call today. And Sheldon, you, my sympathy goes out to you and the family. And Sheldon, keep on doing the good works and keep on saying what you have to say, because everything that you say will be true and it will come to the light. So I want to say you shall have a good night tonight, and you take care and save Johnny home. Bye.
Thank you. And as I end tonight, let me say this. I see one person message me saying, oh, you're talking about all the thing, but you ain't talking. The people of Grenada didn't hire me to fix the country. They hired the NDC to fix the country. And if they're not doing what they were hired to do, I, as a Grenadian citizen, have the right to speak and say, all you ain't doing, all your work, do better. And nobody, none of all you, gonna come and tell me that I can talk and say what I have to say. If all you find, all you want to talk, all you could easily go and take all your phone and do a live, all you could do anything. But because all you're eating at the trough, because you all are family members of those who are involved in the corruption of this NDC administration, all you find nobody mustn't talk, more talking all your till. All you have to stay there and grind it. All you have to stay there and grind it. Yeah? So it is. Folks, it's 10 o'clock. That's all the time we have for tonight. And indeed, it's been a wonderful night to be here with you. Once again, congratulations to all of the schools, all of the young people out there, but a special congratulations to this year double winners, the St. Andrew Anglican Secondary School. Yeah, we go get all your one tune and we go in again, man. We go get all your last tune while we going. So indeed, my name is Sheldon Scott. Whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. I am out.
Starts brawling, you know. Brawling till the morning, you know. Fully blue, all you know the code. Big up Kevin one time. Serisa, boy, TK. Cause we don't play. You want to play your bad boy, move out of the way. We don't play. GBSS, so we did nothing today. We don't play. One thing I know for sure, that's never coming last. I don't want to give us talk, we go show them who's the boss. Cause we don't play. You want to play your bad boy, move out of the way. We don't play. GBSS, so we did nothing today. We don't play. One thing I know for sure, that's never coming last. I don't want to give us talk, we go show them who's the boss. Cause we brawling, sass up and yeah, we brawling, taking the trophy back. Brawling, sass up and yeah, we brawling, we don't play in telescope. Rick Cadet go let them know. Christiana gonna show them, don't take us a papi show. Philip just break records, so tell them to watch it on. Christian them to the gun, when Rolanda show the shop, the whole crowd just ball out, boy. Cause you know don't making jokes. She go give them blows. Tara go no give them blows. Josiah go blaze them out. so go right them. We don't play. You want to play a bad boy, move out of the way. We don't play. CBS says we need nothing today. We don't play. One thing I know for sure, that's never coming last. I don't want to give a stack, we go show them who's the boss. Cause we don't play. You want to play a bad boy, move out of the way. We don't play. CBS says we need nothing today. We don't play. One thing I know